Okay, hello. Hello. Is it working? Let me know if it's working in the chat. Let me know if it's working in the chat. Hello, 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 Ivan, Annalise, Marshmina. Is this working? Oh my goodness. Please tell me that this is working. This would be... Does it work? Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh, we're back. So much better. Let's go, dudes. I am so glad that this is working. Okay, here's the test. Here's the true test. Guys, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for pulling through here. I'm so glad that everyone's here. Okay, ready? We're going to try some music and let me know if this music works. Let me know if this music works. Ready? Let me know. Can you hear this? Does this music work? How does the music sound? Is it working? Yeah! Oh, yes! Oh my goodness. Let's get some Ubas. Uba, Uba! 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 Oh, guys, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, well, this is going to be kind of a mess of a stream now because I lost everything that I had prepared for this stream. But thank you for joining us. Let's go, let's go. Just keep on refreshing, it's gonna work out. Okay, everybody, I'm glad you're here. Hopefully people who left can join us a little bit later. But, oh my gosh. Okay, we're starting a little late, but let's get cracking. Okay, one sec, setting something up. God, Casey, I got you. Okay, everybody, potato rap to start. We're doing the potato rap to start to buy me some time. So everybody, here it goes. Good morning.
Welcome.
Potato rap for joy. Can you hear this?
Oof.
Ooh.
I'm a little hungry. It's been. When did I have lunch last? After school, stomach grumbling. Looking for a snack up in the fridge in the kitchen, yeah, and I look in the back. Take a look at the foods, thinking what's good for me. I'm scanning all the shelves, and here's what I see. We got the apples, the carrots, the grapes, and tomatoes. Yeah, but you know me, I'm reaching for the potatoes. I'll eat the whole darn thing. Yeah, I might even eat the skin. You know, a world without potatoes ain't a world I wanna live in. Ooh. Yep, you know we're packing potatoes. Peep this pot of peckish people always packing potatoes. Flavor sweeps you off your feet just like a ton of tornadoes. See this pot of peckish people always packing potatoes. 50 spuds on the table, and I'm giving them a look. You know my brain's going wild. As I'm wondering how to cook them, I can slice them and dice them and mash them, put them in a pie, grab some beans and beef and veggies, make some chili cheese fries. If you got a good potato, it's not all rotten. Grab the butter, cream, and cheese, and then you got some au gratin. Ooh. Or slice it nice and thin, place the spuds in the oven, bake for 30 for 100, and you got some chips for crunching. Dip in gravy, ketchup, mustard, barbecue, or Alfredo. Try some salsa, dill, French onion, ranch, some guac, or some queso. But I go and grab my deep fry. Ooh. Gotta do this right and make that olive oil boil. Cause I keep it light and drop some pieces in the bath. Yeah. Make a sizzle sound, wait for just a couple minutes to the golden brown. When I take a bite, it hits me like a giant bass drum. One crunch, I'm like, ooh, potato, yum, yum. Yep, you know we're packing potatoes. Peep this pot of peckish people, always packing potatoes. Flavor sweeps you off your feet just like a ton of tornadoes. See this pot of peckish people, always packing potatoes.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Highlander, RAV4, Tacoma, and
Okay, now you can hear me. Okay. Now you can hear me. Listen, guys. Can you hear me? You're muted. It says you're muted. I shouldn't be muted now. Hi. Cadence, hi. I can't hear you. You still can't hear me? Yes, you can? You can? Better. Yes. Okay, guys. Wow. What an absolute disaster at the beginning of the stream. Guys, we changed the time once. And everything just goes crazily terrible. Ugh, I'm so sorry. I'm used to these morning streams. I guess I'm a little bit more with it in the mornings and not now. But guys, good morning. How are we doing? Okay, we got some fun people here. We got Meadow here, Caden, Casey, Cole, Kate, Plazaro. How are you? I'm doing well. Abu's here. Okay, excellent, everybody. Oh my God, I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. Thanks for being here. Thanks for ooh, that was a little bit of a glitchy. Sup, Charles? What's up, Marshall? How you doing? Okay, guys. Today I think we're gonna brush right past user submissions. Just for today, we have some origami from Casey Cole, but I think our expert might be waiting soon. So today, okay, lots of things we have to go over real quick. We have a guest today. I know you guys might remember we've had some guests before. Today, joining us on stream today is a professional cartoon television writer, a writer from DreamWorks. His name is Charlie Shoop. It's going to be very confusing because he has the same name as me. What's up, Kate? How you doing? So professional writer from DreamWorks. His name is Charlie Shoop. He's a very old friend of mine, and he'll be joining us. If you guys have seen the show Archibald's Next Big Thing. Have you guys seen this show? Let me know in chat. Have you seen Archibald's Next Big Thing? We'll watch the trailer, but Charlie Shoop, Charlie's a writer on that show, so he wrote some episodes of the show. So he's gonna come on. We're gonna ask some questions about what it's like to be a professional writer. We're gonna do some cartoon tier lists and stuff. And Abu, you've seen it. Caden, it looks like Caden might have seen it. What's up? Nice. Never heard of that nonsense, says Marshall. It's not nonsense. It's a good cartoon show. Everybody. Okay. But he's here and he's waiting. So if we have some time at the end, we're going to go over some user submissions. Just so you know, game night tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. Kahoot trivia, game night tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. If you want to suggest any Kahoots, posted on my YouTube community section is one of those like post, comment, whatever you want the Kahoot to be. So comment there. As good as SpongeBob, it's great. Michelle, thanks so much for joining us. Allie, thanks so much for joining us. Okay, everybody, but he's here. Okay, so everybody, good, best behaviors. Can I get a promise from everybody in the chat? Best behaviors. Now we're gonna do, say I promise if you're good. The best night of the week, game night. Grayson, without a doubt. All right, can I get some I promise? I promise in the chat. Whitaker, I promise. Alessi said I promise. All right, thank you. Lily says, Abu says, I promise. Have you had your 5-hour energy? Marshall, I haven't, but I think I'm just so hyped up. I'm like hot. I got to take off my sweatshirt because I'm hot. All right, Zipcona promises. Yes. Okay, I was almost about to take off my hat, but I haven't. Okay, I'm going to take off my sweatshirt, cool down. We're going to bring Charlie on, and then Ivan, I'm looking at you. You said maybe? I'm looking at you, Ivan. Okay. Sweatshirt off. We're cooling down. Everybody be nice. All right? Everybody be professional. Cheyenne, be professional. All right. Fingers crossed. Okay. Ready, Charlie? We're going to admit you. Everybody be professional. Everybody be professional. Oh, wait. He's not here. Charlie! No. Oh, no. Wait, let's see if this works. Charlie, I can't hear you. We can't hear you. Charlie!
I can hear you.
Oh! Yes. Wait, let's hear it again. Can we do an audio test?
Audio test. 1, 2, 3.
Everybody, can we hear Charlie in the chat? Can you let me know if you hear Charlie? There's a little bit of a delay, so it might be a delay. Charlie, good morning. How are you doing?
Doing well. It is finally cooled down here in Los Angeles. We're starting to get in the 60s, so that's cold for us, and it's starting to feel like fall.
Oh, excellent. That's so nice. Well, everybody, this is Charlie Shoop, and it seems like they can hear you. Everybody say hello, Charlie, in the chat. Casey says hello.
Hello, everyone.
Charlie lives in Hollywood, in Los Angeles, Hollywood, because he's a hotshot television writer. I'll introduce you like real quick.
Close to Hollywood.
Yeah. Okay, so we were just talking about.
Oh no, Charlie, I think I've lost your audio. Is this my fault? Have I done something wrong? Okay, I am perfect as always. Can the stream hear me? Can the stream hear me and not Charlie?
Hello. Now it's good.
Oh.
Okay, guys. All right. Everybody in the stream, obviously today's totally whack, and I don't know why. So if you at any point you can't hear Charlie or you can't hear me, just let me know in the chat, and then we'll just try to figure it out, all right? So feel free to spam "we can't hear you" if it happens. All right. So I can't hear you. Good now. All right, Alessia, thank you. So as I was saying, Charlie is one of the head writers. Sorry, I don't want to misrepresent it. You are a staff writer, correct?
Correct. Well, oh no, Charlie, I think I've lost you again. Is it something I've done? Did I do something? The Zoom speaker test says I can hear things okay. Oh, I'm getting a call. Who could it be? Hello? Okay, this is my stream now. Hello, everyone. All right. Well, as some of you may have gathered, my name is also Charlie. And as Charlie had mentioned, that's the Charlie that you're used to, not me. I am a writer on cartoons. Now, when I was very, very young, Charlie can even attest to this. We've been friends a very long time. I think since we were 7 years old. I watched a lot of cartoons as a child, probably more than any of you combined. I watched SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Courage the Cowardly Dog, everything and everything in between. And when I got older, I realized that this is something I love doing. I figured out how to make flip books and things like that using Post-its. And when I got old enough, I learned how to use it on the computer and do computer animation. And finally, I ended up going to school for it. And I came out to Los Angeles, and I decided to study it full time as a college student. And as I got closer and closer to the animation world, and I finally got a job in the field, I learned that there are a group of people that write all the stories of all the cartoons that we know and love. So, welcome back, Charlie.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I've been boring your streaming audience.
Chat, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me in the chat? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Hi, gamer. Yep. Oh, Marshall says yep. Oh, okay. They can hear me faintly. Okay, excellent. Okay, thank you. I don't know what's going on. Patricia, thank you so much. Charlie, you can tell that we're very professional here. We've interviewed...
Hey.
We've legit interviewed the head engineers from Jeff Bezos' rocket company, Blue Origin, and for whatever reason, they decided to cancel the third interview. I don't know if it's because we're very...
I can't imagine why.
But I don't...
No, you keep it not unprofessional, casual. We keep it casual around here.
Yeah, it's chill. It's chill. So what are we talking about?
Well, I was just giving them all the secrets of your life since I've known you such a long time, and also boring them with my life story along the way.
So,
but please.
Yeah, So anybody who hasn't seen it before,
yes.
I'm gonna bring up an image because they might have seen the image. Oh, sorry, real quick, Charlie, have you listened to our potato rap?
No, but I am intrigued.
I wanted to tell everybody real quick that we have over 200 plays, 235 plays on SoundCloud. So we are now officially SoundCloud rappers. But
you've made it.
Yeah, we pretty much made it. I'm gonna bring up an image of Archibald's next big thing because it might. Guys, this is the show. This is kind of what it looks like. Charlie, we're looking at he's technically a chicken, right?
He is technically a chicken and figuratively a chicken and in all ways chicken.
In all ways chicken? What do you mean?
He is a chicken, but he's like you and me. He's a wayward chicken who loses his way. and is probably more, he's pretty human on the figurative sense.
Oh, okay. So it's like a human version of a chicken, we would say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
An anthropomorphized chicken.
Guys, the show's on Netflix and it's really awesome. It's very creative. One of my favorite things about Charlie, for my entire life, he's always been one of like the most creative guys that I've ever known. And it seems like your creativity fits well within the bounds of a children's television show, because it's like, make this as fun and as kind of like, there are no limits when it comes to cartoons. My question for you is, guys, I'm going to start asking Charlie some questions. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Why did you end up wanting to work in cartoons specifically as a writer?
That is a great question. And it was actually, it was kind of flipped the other way around. I knew I wanted to work in animation, but it took a little time to figure out like what my place in it was. At first, I thought I was going to be an artist doing the animation, doing drawing, doing character design, things like that. And then later, as I found that there is a group of writers that create the stories for each of the cartoons. And as I got to know these people and what they do and how much creativity that they get to do, I kind of discovered this is my place in the universe. This creating stories that turn into cartoons is got to be the greatest job, and it is in the world.
It's kind of like, at least when I think of my place as a writer on like Weird But True, it seems like it's the area of making cartoons where your creativity is really unbound. Like when you're making the art or you're making the animation, every step takes a really, really long time. But if you want to be in that position where you're like, oh, let's put him in a bathtub that flies, that's a hot air balloon that is filled with spaghetti, then like you want to be in the writing world, because that's where that functions the best.
Absolutely. And a good example of that was, we have what's called a writer's room. And this is where we get together, collaborate, throw ideas at the wall, see what sticks. And one day I just walked in and I said, I actually had this dream where there was a museum, but the museum only had chairs. So instead of paintings and sculptures and things like that, it was just chairs and things you can sit on. Can we make that an episode? And the writer's room, very, very patient with me all the time, because this was not the first time I had done this. They said, let's see if it works. So we sat down and we were able to kind of figure out a story that goes into this chair museum. And maybe we could show a little bit of that, but that was what I truly love about cartoons, because the possibilities are limitless and it is such a creative medium.
Okay, so Charlie had a dream about chairs. Now, Charlie, you can't see this, but I'm on Netflix right now.
Okay, wait, let me hop on.
This is the episode, The Chair Museum.
One afternoon,
So I might have to mute this because we might get in trouble.
unveil his
but
latest project.
This is the episode that you wrote?
Yeah, that's the very one.
All right, so now we have a character who's in front of a sheet and a character with a bee, and it looks like they're going to reveal a rocking chair.
This is the chair of the episode. This is the focus of the story. Is a very important chair.
Okay, so everybody here, we have Charlie, professional cartoon writer for DreamWorks. If you have any questions for Charlie, feel free to type them in the chat. Charlie is very experienced. He knows a lot about cartoons. He knows a lot about the process of making a cartoon, which I think we're going to talk about in a couple minutes. But A Sweet Girl's World wants to know, well, what is your favorite movie, Charlie?
Oh, my favorite movie.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to ask what my favorite animated movie is, because my favorite movies are animated. So, can I do a top 3 list? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
I don't know, in no particular order. Lion King, Finding Nemo, and then for my third one, I would have to pick the Goofy movie. Always.
The Goofy movie. Dude, the Goofy movie soundtrack's so good. The Goofy movie's in the same world as my like Oliver and Company, where like a lot of people don't watch it, but it's really good.
Yeah, it was an era of what you call straight to VHS, which is kind of an out of date term now.
Yeah, that would be like a straight to streaming movie now, I think.
Exactly. So a movie that I guess nothing's going to theaters at the moment, but typically when they only have so many movies that they can put in the theaters in a year. So they decide to make, oh, let's see if we can send it straight to people's living rooms. And that's what these straight to VHS or straight to streaming movies aim to accomplish. And those are some of the good ones. Billy Joel was in Oliver and Company, and he rocked the
The
soundtrack.
music was sick. All right, ready? I'm gonna ask you some questions and fire off the answers real quick.
Okay, wait. Let me center myself real quick. Okay.
Mason wants to know if you know
Ready.
Will Smith.
I've not met Will Smith, but I've heard good things.
Okay, good. Allie wants to know, why are you friends with me?
That's a great question. I ask myself that every day.
Okay.
No, Charlie is a fantastic creative. We've been lifelong friends. I think it's something about how much we love creativity, and we've collaborated on anything and everything you could imagine.
I think my first memory of us really hanging out was your Spider-Man sleepover parties in like 2nd and 3rd grade. When the Spider-Mans were coming out, we would have parties, and it was so fun. Where your mom would take us to the movies, and we'd watch Spider-Man, and we'd get candy before and sneak it in, and then we'd sleep over at your house, and it was so nice.
And to timestamp us, that would have been the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, not the his name escapes me, not the latest Spider-Man.
What other shows have you worked on besides Archibald?
Well, my very first gig, so to speak, was I was doing kind of what's called production work on a show called Dino Trucks. And for those who don't know Dino Trucks, it's a brilliant show about half dinosaur, half truck creatures that battle, learn about friendship, build stuff. And it was a wonderful team, wonderful experience, wonderful show.
Dino Trucks and Archibald are the two big shows that you've worked on?
Correct.
So Pi Plaza, or I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Pi Plazero, Charlie did not make Shrek, but Gianni's seen Dino Trucks and they like it.
Hey, good taste, Gianni. And I did not make Shrek, but I have a number of friends who have worked on the Shrek movies.
Annalise is wondering, what advice do you have to anybody who wants to work in the cartoon industry, or by extension, you could extend that to some kind of like creative work too, like if you're trying to pursue a creative medium, you know?
Well, that's a great question, and I guess the first step is an easy step. If we're using animation for an example, it's watch a lot of cartoons, watch a lot of movies, just keep on loving the medium. The second, I would try to maybe figure out what you like about the show. Is it the drawing? Is it the colors? Is it the story? Is it the voice acting? If it's everything up above, practice it all. But if you're like, oh man, I love the jokes, I think they say some funny jokes, do some practicing. If it's the writing you like, practice writing. If it's the drawing you like, practice drawing. And then when you get to an age, see what kind of education opportunities are out there for you, whether it's going to school for writing or going to school for art. That's a great segue into the industry.
I think one suggestion I would offer too is, I think something that's really great about, or really impressive about Charlie as a person, and I think our friend group, me, you, and Patrick, kind of all the same about this, is like some people go to school for film. I don't want to brag about us real quick, but we're kind of like we're like doers. We're like doers and we're makers. So we might not just study something. Is like in our free time we're making this stuff. Like in Charlie's free time, he's writing books or developing new shows. So just kind of like push yourself to actually create stuff. You don't have to wait for permission or a degree or someone to ask you to do stuff. Just do it on your own time because you love it and it's fun. No one's stopping you from creating a movie like right now. Anybody. That's kind of how Nature Boomtime happened. And I remember there was like sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to echo that. That's a great piece of advice. And it's something I tell myself all the time when there's a moment where I'm saying, oh, I really wish I could be writing for this show or this or that, and the opportunities don't feel like they're there.
Yeah.
I tell myself I don't need permission to write. I don't need permission to tell stories.
Yeah.
And that's the great wonder of art, is that you can do it anywhere and anytime.
Brandon, today we're talking with Charlie Shoup. He is a very old friend of mine and a very talented television writer. So he was one of the staff writers on the show Archibald's Next Big Thing, which is a cartoon for Netflix, and he also worked on Dino Trucks. Grayson, Charlie does know Pokemon, but Charlie, what's your favorite Pokemon and your favorite Pokemon game?
Okay. My favorite Pokemon has to be Psyduck. I feel like I relate to him on a personal level. Even though he's not very good in battles, he's definitely my favorite. My favorite Pokemon game is either Pokemon Fire Red or Pokemon X and Y.
Hmm.
Kind of bookending. I know and I did play Shield and Sword.
Yeah, it's beginning and old.
But I think I like Pokemon X and Y.
Wait, you said Psyduck
Best.
is your favorite Pokemon?
Psyduck is my favorite Pokemon.
Nice. I
Does that say a lot about me?
guess so. I mean, it means you're creative. I guess. Like, if I would say my favorite is Bulbasaur or Squirtle. Everybody, favorite Pokemon's in the chat. Let's see what we're working with today. Let's see. Magdalene, how did the two of us meet? It's kind of like, I don't know. We met at school when we were 9.
Well, Charlie, this was in second grade, and so I guess we would have been 7 years old, and you were the new kid.
Yeah.
You were the, I was there, and then you had moved to our school.
I did.
And then I think we just played a lot at recess. We played baseball whenever we could. That was one thing we were always doing, was playing baseball and watching Spider-Man movies, apparently.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where you've been with friends with someone for so long. It's hard to remember exactly why or how you became friends initially. But yeah. Allie, Charlie doesn't speak any. Charlie, can you speak it with a British accent? Allie wants to know.
Yeah, I can do the rest. I can do the rest of this in a British. Oh, I guess that's a bit more New Zealand.
Can you try it? Can you speak in any Italian?
I can do an Italian accent, but to speak in the native tongue is a bit difficult for me.
Oh, okay, very good. For a while, Charlie and his family lived in Italy when they were very, very young. Okay,
I think that's where a lot of my.
Go ahead.
Oh no! I mean, when I was very, very young, before I had met Charlie, me and my family lived overseas. We're originally from the States, but we moved there. And I think one of my love for cartoons came from when my grandmother would send me tapes of American cartoons because there was no English-speaking TV in Italy, and I would watch the same 5 cartoons over and over again for years. Yeah, and so that's where Batman comes from. I watched a lot of Batman, so I keep him. He's near and dear to my heart.
Annalise is wondering, my cousin wants to work on cartoons. He's thinking of going to the Academy of Arts next year. I'm wondering if you've ever heard of it. And while you're answering that, you can also talk about where you went to college, I think.
Well, I'm not familiar with the Academy of Arts, but devoting your time to studying art and animation it's not going to go wrong. Like, you will learn more, you'll learn about yourself, and hopefully he has some great teachers who have experience to impart on him. And I wish your cousin the best of luck. And if you ever care to share your cousin's work or portfolio, I think we'd all love to see it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the second part of the question.
Where did you go to school?
Oh, where did I go to school? I went to a small college called Loyola Marymount University, and that is in Los Angeles. So a little ways away from where Charlie and I grew up in Chicago. And there I studied within the film school, specializing in animation, where we learned everything there is to know about animation, from doing it by hand to drawing to design to animating on the computer to doing CG stuff and all that good stuff.
Okay, I'm getting this ready, Charlie, because I want to know if guys, if you would be down for this. Charlie sent us a bunch of stuff that can help us kind of conceptualize what it is like, how a cartoon is made. I'm not stalling very well because I'm trying to find this animatic that you sent me, Charlie, and it's not really working. So,
well, I can walk you through the process before we have the visuals to go along with it, if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. To answer, we have a quick question. Quick questions in the chat. Marvel or DC? And do you think they'll make another Brave Little Toaster, Charlie?
Oh, both good questions. Personally, I mean, I just brought out the Batman. I gotta say DC. Although I love what Marvel is doing, especially some of their cartoons like Marvel Rising or Marvel Superhero Adventure Shorts. They're all fabulous cartoon stuff, but my allegiance is with DC. And the second part of the question was the Brave Little Toaster. I have not heard of any Brave Little Toaster, any reboots or reimaginings. I would love it just as much as you, but I haven't heard anything.
Dude, Piano, I know the, excuse me, I lived for a while with the guys who made Brave Little Toaster. Oh my gosh, everything's on screen. Sorry, don't do any of that. I lived for a while with the people who made Brave Little Toaster. And nothing I've heard so far. I feel like they might have let it slip, but nope, no words on Brave Little Toasters yet. Okay. Let's see, one sec. Okay, so Charlie, guys, Charlie's
Yes.
going to take us through the process of writing a cartoon from ideation to complete. You're on Netflix and everybody's loving your show. So, Charlie, how does
Yes.
it begin? Well, we know it begins with a dream. And we know it begins with you barging into the writer's room, demanding to write an episode about a chair museum. But then what happens from there?
Well, there is a long road ahead. That is the very first step. And the example that we're looking at today, we'll be using an episode called Best in Showbot, written by two great writers named Jake Moffat and Drew Champion. They had a similar moment, a little bit more thought out than my chair museum idea, but they had an idea that what if Archibald gets stuck in a robot and the robot gets judged in like a prize dog competition, like the Westminster Abbey Dog Show.
Mhm.
And his sister is building a robot for the show. Archibald gets stuck inside of it and has to pretend to be a robot in this show. And then that was the idea they came in with.
He's
So
puppeting
what
the
we had
robot.
was something
Yeah.
called this. Exactly. And what we had next was something called a story break. And this is where we're thinking, okay, this is a great idea, but what are the beats of the story? And what I mean by beats is that for us, we had 7 little mini chapters within the episode. These are kind of just very quick. This happens, then this happens, then this happens, and this happens, and this happens. And then they go to an outline. And this outline is kind of a bigger, fleshed out, kind of 3-page summary of the episode that is to be written. And then finally it gets to script. And you may be familiar with what a script is. It is where there's little action bits, but the most important part is there's dialogue now. Because when you go to the recording booth and you brought in these fabulous actors, they need some lines to read. Likewise, the storyboard artists need to take the script and begin to draw it out.
Charlie, do you have the
So-
stream open?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to show the.
I'm going to put it over here.
I'm going to show the screen. I'm going to show the script, and
Okay.
let me know if you can look at it and help us decipher what we're looking at here. Also, are you
Fabulous.
talking? Are your earbuds your microphone?
Yes. Is it
Okay.
distracting?
It's I can hear it. It's getting a little gurgly, but guys,
Okay.
keep us updated in the chat if it becomes very difficult to hear. If Charlie becomes very difficult to hear, let us know. Oh, he is good now. Phew, says A Sweet Girl's World. Thank you.
Oh, good.
Okay, so guys, this
Good
is
question, Sweet Girls World,
thank you.
from earlier.
This is so this is the actual script from Archibald that Charlie sent over for Best in Showbot. This is the opening page. I can show this, right, Charlie?
Yes.
Okay.
This is all in the public sphere now.
Professional actual script right here. This is the behind the scenes detailed information that they don't want you to see because this is before it's completed. But so we have the front page right here, and then here's the next page, Charlie. It might take a while for the stream to catch up, but let me know if you can like read this or kind of help us understand what's going on because there's some words at the top. It says like
Yes.
internal Loy's bedroom. There's just some description, and then there's some other stuff.
Yeah, so a script is broken down into a few different components. Every scene needs to start with what you call a scene heading. So that's where it says int.Loy's bedroom
Right here.
dash moments later.
Yeah.
You need to tell who's ever reading that are they inside or outside? That's what int or ext stands for, exterior or interior. The next little bit of information is, what space is this? This is Loy, Archibald's sister, and we're in her bedroom. And the timestamp afterwards. And this comes just after the scene prior to it. And then you do a little blurb on what is actually happening. What can you see? So here we have Archibald is frantically wiping the smoothie off Steve with a handful of folded laundry. B is using a tiny squeegee. So Steve is the robot that Loy would like to compete in the robot contest with. And then next we have arguably one of the more important parts of the script is the dialogue. What are the actors going to say? What are we going to hear? And so we have this line, "Stay with me, Steve." And then the narrator chimes in, "I think it's broken, Archibald. I can fix it."
That's a good Archibald.
I do a fat, thank you.
That's
I've had
pretty
good practice. But long story short, those are the main components of the script. And what happens next is that the actors will get recorded saying these lines. The storyboard artist will start to draw it out. And when we get to the animatic and the storyboard, I'll kind of walk you through what that little process is. But the whole episode is scripted out this way. You'll notice some of it is written in bold, some of it is written in blue. That's because the script is always changing, whether it's we have an idea late in the game or the actor thinks of some amazing, brilliant line. The script basically never finishes until the episode is completely done.
So we start with an idea, then we go to the bullet points, and then we go to an outline. Then we go into a script, which has like so much more formatting than you'd think. I think anytime I've written some of these, I've just gone crazy trying to make sure that's formatted right. And then after that, it doesn't go right to a cartoon. It goes to something called an animatic. Right, Charlie?
That's correct.
All right, we have the animatic pulled up right here. And guys, we're going to watch this animatic real quick. Here we go. So this is like the pre-cartoon. Is that what you would kind of call it?
Exactly. So as many of you might know, animating something takes a long, long time. And it takes a whole team. So we can't go just from the script to the animators, because if they animate a scene and we say, we're not crazy about that, we have to start all the way over again. So what this little drawing movie does is we have a team of very talented, specialized artists. And what they do is that they sketch it out, and they draw these so quickly so we can look at it and say, we'd like to change this. It's a lot quicker before it gets to animation. This is a crucial part in the animated process.
So let's do a little bit of comparison. So this is the same thing. It says, Archibald is frantically wiping the smoothie off Steve with a handful of folded laundry. Stay with me, Steve. I think he's broken. I can fix him. So even from that to this is it totally different, or is the cold open not in here?
So we're looking at page 4. The cold open is not in there.
Oh, wait, I got it.
If you skip ahead. Okay.
And cold open. So this is where it starts.
Me, Steve.
And then, so Archibald gets the smoothie. Archibald. Oh, he gets it all over the robot. The robot's gonna break. And this is what it looks like.
So do you look at this? Do you see the animatic, and as a writer, you're like, scratch this, move that, scoot that over, or is that somebody else's job?
That is someone else's job.
Okay.
If we get to the animatic and we realize that something in the script isn't working, like some lines, they look weird when they're visualized, or when the actor's reading them, the joke isn't quite landing.
Yeah.
If the problem lies with the writing, it'll go back to us writers, and then we will fix it.
So this is the next step. So you go through the animatic, and then you give some notes on the animatic, and then when you feel good about it, then goes to the final animation, with I'm sure a lot of like smaller steps in between.
Absolutely. There's also some other things at play. For example, we have brilliant editors who are timing it out just right.
Yeah.
We have the actors who are giving voice to all the characters, and we also have a design team that is, say the storyboard artist says, oh, we want a new robot, like a robot in the background. Could you whip us up something? So these designers, they say, I'm gonna whip up the coolest robot you've ever seen. And then the storyboard artist can implement it.
That's pretty sick.
And then, yes, this will be the final thing that gets sent over to the animators who begin giving it color, giving it a little bit more fluidity, all those things.
Okay. Sorry, I might be a little distracted. I'm just trying to kind of move things around
No.
and see if we can do something else. Guys, we're here with Charlie Shoup. He is a cartoon television writer. He is a professional television writer, and he's a very old friend of mine. He works in the show Archibald's Next Big Thing, also worked on Dino Trucks, and worked at DreamWorks. So, anybody, we have a little bit more time for questions as I'm setting up this next thing. So, if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to put them in the chat. Question time, open to anything about Charlie, anything about cartoons, anything like that. Charlie, I created a tier list of the list you sent me of your favorite cartoons. So I'm trying to bring that up because there are a lot of really cool things in there that I did not know about. Do you have the chat open, Charlie?
The stream chat.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You might be able to. Is anybody asking any questions? Allie says she's bored, but
I will keep an eye on it.
Allie, I don't know. We can't juggle or anything.
I'm sorry.
But
Not the first time I've heard
we're
that.
doing our best. How do you design characters? That's a great idea. Question. And what did you want to be when you were a kid? Right? That's a good one.
Okay, I do have something to show for that first question. It's a piece of art that I have
No way.
that I'm having trouble finding. This is something that they gave me when we finished the show. So this is what we have here. This is called a character lineup. And when you're designing a character, you need to know what they look like from all angles. So here we have Archibald's brother Sage, and we see him here just from the front. And then these talented artists are so good and consistent that they can turn him all the way around, and we know what he looks like at all angles. I kept this. I think this is just a beautiful piece of art.
That's pretty cool.
A little bit more to it than that, but I will say just practice, let your imagination run wild, and you'll get better, and you can do it in no time. And what did I want to be when I was a kid? I wanted to be a professional baseball player, but I wasn't very good.
Same.
But
Same on all fronts. Also wasn't.
I said, what do I do? What do I do in my free time? And that was watch a lot of cartoons. So I didn't know what exactly I wanted to do in cartoons, but I know I wanted to just throw myself at that thing that I love and figure out what job I can have within it.
How long? Ooh, Anne is wondering how long it takes to write an episode.
That's a great question. It varies from story and episode to episode and show to show. The main two what you call formats for a show, and you probably noticed this, that some shows are a little bit longer than other shows. What Archibald they were 11 minutes long, and some of the longer shows are 22 minutes long. So for the longer episodes, you get a little bit more time. For me, it took about a month and a half to write a single Archibald episode, but we were writing a few at the same time. So I'll be writing the outline for one, the script for the other, and having a dream about the other one.
And having a dream, which is very important work. What's the quickest you've ever written an episode in? I think I barfed out a Weird But True episode I diligently wrote out a Weird But True episode in I think 40 minutes. I wrote
That's quick.
I wrote this season 2.
That would be considered very fast.
Season 2 Colonial Crafters, because the amount of written lines in that are so slim. And we were under a really intense deadline by the network. They were like, you have to send us a script by the end of the day, and we had no time. But yeah, how long?
I think the quickest may have been 3 weeks. And the reason for that is not only how quickly it takes to write it, but a lot of people need to read it and give it what you call the green light.
Yes.
You need your boss to give it the green light, your boss's boss to give it the green light, and so on and so forth. So those things can they get factored into the schedule, but they can cause it to take a little bit longer than it needs to.
I think that was one of the things I was most surprised about when I started working in television. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say, but it's like if you have an idea, you can't just do the idea right away. Like, let's do an episode about this. And you're like, bam, let's do it. And it's done. It's like the idea has to get approved by 10 people. And then the outline has to get approved by 10 people. And then the script has to get approved by 10 people. And it draws it out a long time, which I think when you're somebody like Charlie, who can bam, 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 and really think of super creative stuff really fast, Well, what do you think about it? Because for me, I get really frustrated about it.
Oh yes, I mean, and I think you're not even taking into account the all these departments. Like, one thing I didn't realize is that there's a legal department, and they need to read the script and make sure you're not accidentally
Yeah.
copying something. For example, in one of the episodes, there was a character called the Baroness, and she was this very hoity-toity, fancy emu or cassowary bird, and we had to change her name because in GI Joe there's a character named the Baroness.
No way.
And this is someone's whole job is that they look at every little piece of your script, make sure it doesn't exist somewhere else. And so that is just one of the many layers that is this casserole we call animation.
Our astronaut episode for Weird But True, it was all based around the idea of us, I think, seeing like some sort of like movies, or there's a segment where I was making fake astronaut movies. So I made up this whole thing for this fake astronaut movie called The Space Between Us. And it was a rom-com, like a romantic movie. And they looked it up, and it was a movie that was going to come out the next year. They're like, we can't do this because it's a movie already. It was crazy.
And you have to do it, or else people will hold you accountable and take lots of money away.
Or what's your story about? Oh shoot, it's like you wanted to do a moose character and from Scotland, but they're not native to Scotland, so it ended up being a Highland cattle. Isn't that another one?
Yeah,
I remember that story.
So when I was in the chair museum, if you remember my dream episode.
Yeah.
And I wanted a character who owns the museum. And so I wrote this cute little character. Her name was Susie McMoosey, and she was a moose. And I thought it'd also be cute to give her a little Scottish accent.
Yeah.
But one of the departments said, moose aren't actually native to Scotland. This could be misleading for kids. And what if kids go around thinking moose are from Scotland or whatever? So I had to go and I had to look at all these animals that are actually from Scotland. So we ended up turning her into a very cute little character who is a Highland cattle. And I don't know if you can pull up a picture of these because these are worth looking at.
Guys, do you know what these are? Highland cattles. They are like the. Oh wait, no, you need to do baby Highland cattle because that's when you get into the really cute world. 1 sec, I can bring it up. Okay, I got it. Highland cattle, guys. These are what Highland cattle are. They're like imagine like a Labradoodle and a cow were mixed together. That's kind of with a really long wig. That's kind of what.
Look at that haircut. It's beautiful.
Yeah, they're so.
I was born to be a cartoon character.
That's one of those notes, Charlie, where when you get it, you're just like, fine, and then you redo it, and then usually you can still come up with a good idea. But listening to it, you're just like, no.
I think sometimes because we're all creatives are sensitive people, and we can take things to heart sometimes. But sometimes these notes do make things better, and you kind of need to put the ego aside, even as difficult as it is sometimes.
Yes. Last thing I want to do before we wrap up, because we're actually past the amount of time we're going to wrap up. But Charlie, if you're willing to like chill out for a little bit longer.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, Whitaker, your waffles will come soon. Don't worry about that. Charlie let me know his list of his favorite cartoons of all time. And here we have, Charlie, I don't know if you're looking at this. We have a tier list of the proclaimed best cartoons in the entire world by Charlie Shoup, professional cartoon television writer. So to defend Charlie a little, I totally put him on the spot when I asked him this when we were talking last night, and these are the first ones that he can think of. But I will have to say, when I was researching these, there were a lot that I had never known before, and when I looked into it, they looked super awesome. So everybody, here's the list. If you're looking for something to watch tonight or later this weekend, here's the list of, according to Charlie, his favorite cartoons in the world. And Charlie, I don't know if you've done a tier list before, but if you can kind of like help me rank these on a tier list to help people kind of go through them in an order, well, is that something you'll be willing to do?
Absolutely.
Okay, everybody, let me know if you have any opinions about where these should land in the chat. The first one we're going to go over is Over the Garden Wall, Charlie. Tell me about Over the Garden Wall and where it should rank.
Well, this is a Cartoon Network miniseries, and I chose this one because it is very seasonal. It's a little spooky, even though we're past Halloween. It's such a a nice show to watch during the fall seasons. It is a little scary. It's about two brothers who get lost in the woods and uncover weird, fantastical, mystical things that lurk in the shadows as they fight their way to get home.
Ooh, so good
Um,
fall watch, little adventure between two brothers. It
yes.
sounds like. Where are you thinking? Where does this go on our list, Charlie?
I will put this at a B because it's great, but not something to be watched year round. And a
Okay.
little fun fact about this is that the brothers are voiced by Elijah Wood, who is Frodo from Lord of the Rings, and the younger brother is voiced by I think a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old.
Whoa, that's
So it's
crazy.
Elijah Wood and a little itty bitty kid, and it's great. It totally works.
Charlie, are you watching the stream? What's this one right here? Is this was it Kipo, the warrior prince?
That is Kipo in the Age of Wonder Beasts.
This
and this is a
I
newer
watched the
one.
trailer of this one, dude. This one looks so cool.
This one comes out of DreamWorks, and when we were working on Archibald, we were neighbors with Kipo in the Age of Wonder Beasts, so we got to see some behind the scenes look. We had some friends on the show. It is an awesome show. I'd recommend it to everyone.
It's
This
one of
takes
those.
place.
Sorry, it looks like one of those where the
No.
animation is crazy, and you think it would just be like almost Adventure Timey, like just totally off the wall and nuts. But artistically, it's all kind of set aesthetically within this world where it seems very cohesive. We're getting a little heady here, but when I was watching it, that's why it really appealed to me, I think.
Yeah, it takes place in a kind of somewhat post-apocalyptic world where Kipo, who is lived underground in a society, finally comes to the surface for a personal quest. And she finds that all of the things that were once cute and furry have evolved and grown to be giant and killer. Like cute little birds are now the size of buildings, and it's just a great adventure show that is good year round. I gotta give this one an A.
Hey, we got an A for Kipo, and I think Gianni's saying that there's a 4th season coming out soon, so there's a lot of that to watch.
Yes, it is.
And Over the Garden Wall's limited series, so there's only a few episodes there. She-Ra, Charlie, what's it called? She-Ra.
Yes, She-Ra and
Princess
the
of
Warrior
Power.
Prince and Princesses of Power. This is what you call a reboot. She-Ra was a character in an animated show back in the 80s, and they've modernized it. They've made her super rad and contemporary. She has a band of friends, and what I love about this one are the villains. I think I've said it before, a good villain makes a great story, and the villains in this one are just, they should have a show all their own.
Good villains in She-Ra. What, like Avatar? Good, that level of good villain?
Yeah, like they feel deep and well-rounded, and in some cases likable and understandable, which is what every good villain should be.
What are we ranking it?
And this is tough. Oh gosh, this is also came out of DreamWorks, and I was also neighbors with these people, and I also have friends on the show. I got to give it. It's gonna be A, but
A.
do I need to rank it within A?
We have A, unless you want to Wonder Beasts up to S, boot it up to S. We can keep it at A.
I'm gonna put it in A. These two are very different, but on the same par. Gorgeous, great action, great character, and some very funny moments.
Am I plopping Archibald directly into S tier because you wrote it? Should I just put that there? Yeah, let's do that. I'll do it for you.
That would just be unfair. That would be so unfair.
S tier, Archibald S tier.
If it were to wind up in S, I'd be powerless to do anything about it.
A lot of people know Avatar. Avatar: The Last Airbender is one you also like. Also one of my favorites.
Yes. And I would compare these two to She-Ra and Kipo in the Age of Wonder Beasts. I don't think we would have both those shows if it wasn't for Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender, for those who don't know, was one of the first in an era that was a kids show that had a season-long story arc.
Hmm.
And that was at the time kind of not the norm. You had things like SpongeBob,
Which are like one
Dexter's
off 11
Laboratory.
minutes or 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're very self-contained. And Avatar kind of opened the door and said, no, kids love these season-long story arcs. Gotta put it in S tier.
Oh, S
It
tier. It's up next to
it paved the
Archibald.
way.
Avatar. Wow, excellent.
Paved the way.
We got a lot of fans of Avatar. Susie says Appa, yip yip. Appa and oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been a while since I watched it. The Earthbender.
Toph.
Toph is my favorite, hands down. I'm a big Toph fan. Patrick hates Toph, but I like Toph. All right, We Bare Bears. We got a couple. We got 3 more
so
guys.
now-
We Bare Bears is next.
Now we're getting into goofy territory.
Oh.
These are more. I mean, with Archibald's also goofy, but We Bare Bears, really fun, a really mellow show, which I like. It's very calm and kind of takes its time, but it has a very sharp sense of humor.
Do they live in San Francisco?
They do, and they eat all the time. There's Grizz. The polar bear's name is Ice Bear. Oh, and I can't remember the panda's name. Oh, if anyone knows, please drop it in
What's
the
the
chat.
panda's name? Does anyone remember? We got Grizz, Ice, and the panda. Abu says panda. It's
Oh,
just-
is his name? Is it Panda? Well, there you go. It says a lot about my memory. And I gotta put this in C tier. Not always
C!
in the mood to watch this.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because the
I have to
competition's
do-
so strong. And like S tier is unreal,
is.
A tier is unreal, B is Over the Garden Wall is just in B because it's a fall show. So I guess C. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it's good for laughs. It's not gonna blow your mind, but it is gonna make you feel good. We
Okay.
Bare Bears.
Finally, we have 2 more. Teen Titans Go.
Oh, another goofy one, and another. I think what I love about this, it shows these are superheroes that have existed before the show.
Yeah.
They reimagined them. They changed them for the show to make it a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit goofier, and really, really funny.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Teen Titans Go to the movies, you'll see they bring in some of the big guys like Batman and Superman
That's awesome.
and make them just hilarious. I gotta put this one in B.
B tier.
I
Okay.
think it above We Bare Bears, on the level of Over the Garden Wall. This one's just for the pure laughs. This one really does a good job.
Finally, we have SpongeBob SquarePants. And
Oh,
Charlie, I feel like
oh.
SpongeBob is near and dear to your heart because I feel like if there's any show that influenced a generation, our generation, it's like the first 2, maybe 3 seasons of SpongeBob before it changed and got different. The original OG seasons of SpongeBob were just unreal levels of like writing and humor, and they were just so good.
They were game changing. I
Yeah.
think we would quote, we would test each other on the shows.
Yeah.
We just we know every episode from beginning to end. But I gotta give it to that little yellow sponge. He has longevity. He's the longest running show out of any of the shows we have on here. They're still making new SpongeBob.
Yeah.
So to S tier we go, SpongeBob.
S
You
tier
and me. Here we go.
SpongeBob. Let's rock and roll, dudes. Excellent.
I-
All right, our final, the final official lineup of the best cartoons in the world, according to professional cartoon television writer for DreamWorks, Charlie Shoup. Starting with C tier, we have We Bare Bears.
Oh,
B tier, Over the Garden Wall, Teen Titans Go. A tier, we have Kipo and Wonder Beasts.
Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts.
Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts, and She-Ra, Warrior Princess.
She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, I believe.
Sorry, Princesses of Power. She-Ra, the Princesses of
Oh,
Power.
no.
My bad.
I
And
should know more.
finally, in S tier, we have Archibald's next big thing. Naturally, we have Avatar: The Last Airbender and SpongeBob SquarePants. So completes.
I think SpongeBob tops the charts.
So,
He
if
is
there was a
number one.
super tier, I don't know if I could add a super tier. But if there were a super tier, SpongeBob would be in the top. Okay,
He
let's
would.
just do this. Let's
Just-
just do this. Ready? You're not going to like this. Here. All right, there it is. SpongeBob S tier, then everything moves down 1. How's that sound?
Oh, this is hard. I'm so sorry, shows.
We know you like cartoons, but this
This
is
is
the
not my
best.
doing.
best. All right, everybody, let's call it some dubs in the chat for SpongeBob SquarePants winning the top of the tier list. I would put on some music, but I think my computer's gonna explode. It's barely holding on. So dubs in the chat for SpongeBob, real quick. Charlie, do you like our screaming baby knobbed whelk?
Oh my gosh, I love him.
Yeah,
He's such a good mascot for W's in the chat. I couldn't have picked a better one myself.
his name is Waddleson, and everybody who's spamming a P in the chat is a traitor to the stream and friends with Patrick. Because anytime Patrick takes over
What
the
does
stream,
P mean?
Patrick, when he takes over the stream during game night, he demands P's in the chat, and
Oh,
it's an absolute mess. Oh, there you go.
well, if you have me and him on the stream, I will give him a stern talking to about that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it, dude. Anytime you're welcome to join us for game night. Anytime you want to. It's at a weird time for you, but anytime you want to, feel free to join us because I think it'd be pretty fun.
Yes, and thank you so much for having me. I don't know if we had any viewers during the Harry Potter chat or the Harry Potter quiz, but I was Harry Potter who got a 0 out of 0.
Oh, that was a long time
Or 0
ago,
out of
dude.
10.
That was back when we were in the other studio. Yeah, Charlie and Ann were hanging out with us. That was ages ago, but that was the last time we did a Harry Potter quiz.
Okay.
So
I'm willing
maybe
to
it's
redeem
time
myself.
to do it again. All right. Everybody in the chat, say goodbye to Charlie. Charlie, thank you so much for joining us, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out
It
with
is
us this whole
my
time.
pleasure.
Thanks for helping us. We had
All
some
right, goodbye,
tech
everyone.
issues, so thanks for helping us navigate those. But thanks so much, right?
As long as they weren't my fault,
No,
that's okay.
That's great. All right. Bye, Charlie. Thank you.
All right, peace, everyone.
All right. See ya.
Mwah.
Bye. Bye. End meeting. Oh, that's my. Don't look at that. Oh, get my zoom. Get my stuff out of the way. Okay, there it is. Okay, there we are. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, we did it. How are y'all doing? Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello, Jackson. Hello, everybody else. Hello, Grayson. Everybody. Thank you so much for, guys, you're the best. Can I say that you're the best? That was very professional. Charlie's a very professional guy. So thanks for asking some really great questions and being interested and behaving. So thanks, guys. But yeah, guys, Charlie's awesome. Check out his show because it's really good. He's a very talented and creative guy. And it was very nice of him to join us. But will you show my origami? Yes. Piano? Yes, we are the best. All right. All right, President Piano. Okay, guys. Yeah, Casey, I'll show your stuff real quick. I'm going to show you guys 1 or 2 user submissions, and then we're going to get ready for... Then we got to sign off, unfortunately. That's the end of the chat, or the end of the stream. But guys, tomorrow, 6 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time is game night. If you guys are interested in game night, best night of the week, it's going to be absolutely awesome. Charlie, did you hear I posted a new song from Over the Garden Wall? Piano. No, I didn't. Piano. Let me look it up real quick. What's it called? Piano. Let me know what it's called in the chat, and I'll play it while I'm getting Casey Cole's origami ready. And oh my gosh, guys, guys, we have so many user submissions that are awesome to send to show on next Tuesday. Anne has a topographical clay map of Toadsburg that I have to show you guys, which is absolutely awesome. Quick question for you guys. I know next week is Thanksgiving. Would you guys attend a stream on Tuesday, or are you guys taking the week off and doing some other stuff? That's my question for you. If you guys would attend a stream on Tuesday, let me know in the chat because then I'll do one. But I don't know. I'm kind of on the edge right now because it is a week where people might not be there. I think it would be in the morning if we do it. So give a shout out. Hi, shout out Joey and Noah. Shout out Joey and Noah. Shout out Cashlin. Yes, stream on Tuesday. Okay, Susie said Tuesday yes, Thursday no. Okay, we're gonna do a stream on Tuesday definitely, and I'm gonna ask Game Night crowd tomorrow if they would do a game night next week, but we will be there on Tuesday definitely. All right. Sorry, I lost it. Piano. I'd attend. Oh, Annalise, great. Piano. I'm looking for the name. Is it just called Over the Garden Wall? I'm looking for it. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Real quick. Piano Eagle Over the Garden Wall. We're gonna play a quick song by our. Oh, I got it. Okay, guys, this is piano. This is Piano Eagle in the chat. Our president. Can you hear it? Here we go. Shout out Whitaker. Ooh, I'm gonna play it again. Hey! Let's do it, guys. Excellent job. Oh, I think we're going to a different one. Oh, I lost the tab. Oh my gosh. Excellent job. Excellent job. Yeah, I'm trying to do the W's. I'm trying to do the dubs. Dubs for piano, guys. Great job, piano. Piano, I saw you started uploading videos on not a digital piano, but like an acoustic or the bigger pianos, and they sound really good. Dubs in the chat, guys. Excellent. Bravo, Piano Eagle. Bravo, Piano Eagle. Most definitely. Always excited to hear piano's music. And today, we finally, after so much discussion, have a submission. What's going on here? Ugh. Have a submission. There we go. Have a submission from Casey Cole. You know what? We've been hearing so much about it. We saw Casey Cole's owl origami. You know, we have a lot of chat, a lot of talk about Casey Cole and this origami, and we finally have some submissions. So everybody, here we have from our resident paper artist, Casey Cole, an origami. A set of origami pieces of art. Casey Cole, if you're in the chat, please feel free to type us some information, some more information about these so we can learn about them. Because one, they're beautiful. They're very interesting. If you look here, we have what appears to be some sort of an angel with a swoop around the bottom. What are these made out of? Is this made out of tinfoil? And is it spray painted? Because it looks very nice. I think this is the before, if I am correct. It's like the before of this. I think this turned into this. And then it's a catechus. A catechus. Let me look at this. Catechus. Ooh, okay, everybody. This is what a catechus is right now. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Let's go to the Wikipedia link so we can learn. It looks like, is this a symbol in Greek mythology? It's a symbol in Greek mythology. Very interesting. And this is the end. How long did it take you to, Casey, how long did it take you to make this? And is it made out of foil? It looks so nice. I like how it's three-dimensional. One of the cool things, Casey Cole, about your art is it looks like you made this up. Is that true? I like how you kind of creatively make your own stuff. That's not how you pronounce it. Casey, you know I'm bad at words. Caducus? Caducaus. Cadacus. Ugh. Guys, you know, this is how it's spelled. It's this. It's this thing. I'm sorry, Casey. But, Casey, this looks really nice. It's the Medical Association health symbol, says Susie. Thank you for that information, Susie. Okay, so it's a symbol for the Medical Association, which is very topical at a time like this. Magdalene, welcome back. We're looking at Casey Cole's origami. Case, this is awesome, though. We're definitely going to add it to the slideshow. And if you have anything else, send it over because it's really cool. I think, guys, Casey Cole's YouTube channel, he also he has some videos where he makes origami on his YouTube channel. So if you're interested in checking it out, check out Casey Cole. No, it's designed by Tim Rickman, and his YouTube channel is called Tim Rickman Origami. Oh, okay. There you go. Well, you still did a really good job, Case. I know following tutorials can be very difficult, and it came out looking very nice. So well done. All right, Cashlin's got to go. And guys, we got to go as well. We're way over this time. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Shout out to our mods. Can we get some dubs for mods? Dubs for mods in the chat. Thank you, Patricia, for joining us. Nada couldn't join us today, guys. But W's for Patricia. Thank you so much. I feel like a game show host. I feel like a game show host on this mic. I think I'm going to super feel like a game show host tomorrow during game night if I have to use this mic, which I very well might. But guys, thank you so much for joining us on the new stream. Thanks so much for pulling us through those technical difficulties at the beginning. I have no idea if we can even play music right now, but we'll see. Let's see if we can play some music. But yeah, I'm gonna work really hard tomorrow so we don't have any problems like that. But thank you guys so much for joining us tomorrow. Game night, guys. Again, you're the best. Thanks for being so nice to Charlie. He's a really close friend of mine. So I'm glad that was able to work out well. But everyone, thanks for chilling tonight. Annalise, thanks. Alessia, Gianni, Grayson, Whitaker, Cashlin, Casey Cole, Allie, Whitaker, Drake is in here, Nathan Cole, Susie Larson, Brandon Brown, my buddy Brandon. We got Piano. I'm pretty sure Calvin's still here. Everybody else who I didn't mention, thanks so much for being here in the chat. Guys, the best part of my week is hanging out with you guys. So thanks. So thanks for joining us so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Friday for game night. I'll see you on the weekend on the gaming channel where we might play some Minecraft or some Among Us. And I'll see you on Tuesday for our only stream of the week on Tuesday. Beringer, you're the best. Your class is the best. Charlie says he had a blast. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this music doesn't sound like Furby music. If this music sounds like a dying Furby, let me know in the chat and I'll turn it off. But otherwise, this is going to be our sign-off music. All right. Ta-ta, everybody. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for coming. Bye-bye.